So a part of the theme of this, what we're doing here, is harvest. And we've looked at and explored the idea of masks. People, when they're engaging with this, when we're going on our procession, when we're doing our ritual, um, we are going to be wearing masks. And part of that is a sense of playfulness. It's a sense of, altering your identity, altering your shape, entering into the space, this space which is extraordinary space at extraordinary time. We are, we're basing it around the equinox, which is a turning point from the summer, autumn type, looking towards winter. And harvest itself, of course, like, it operates in so many ways, in so many metaphorical ways. Um, we're gathering in the foodstuffs, we're thinking about where our food is coming from, our engagement with nature. It's such an important theme nowadays to really center the idea of where we are in the world. Where is our food coming from? How are we engaging with the natural world? How are we exploiting the natural world? How we are stewarding the natural world? And these are all things that we are cognizant of with this. Um, and the masks then in this space, in this creative space that we're creating, that we're curating, I suppose, the masks allow us to explore aspects of ourselves in a playful way, in a theatrical way, in a way that is at times true to our own culture of wearing masks at festive times, and sort of subsuming your identity into this bigger set of motifs and ideas about what we're trying to explore. Um, some people are wondering as well. There's aspects of what we're doing are a little bit. They can be a bit grotesque. We're using bones or skulls sometimes as part of it. Um, we could think about these as a way of exploring the idea of the cyclical element of nature. In a very indirect way, but as a sort of setting the tone, we are addressing big issues, big questions. Seasonality, the turning point of summer into winter. The mere idea of harvest is about killing. We have to kill the plants in order to consume them. So, the idea is, how do you do that in a responsible way? How do you do that in a way where you leave enough seed for next year? All that kind of thing. And when you think about these motifs, the motif of the cyclical year, about life cycles, then death has to form an important part of that as well. We've been through a very difficult time culturally, as a species, really, and we have addressed death, and death has come to us in a very visceral way. And very often in traditional Irish culture, and in a lot of cultures, the way you address dark things, the way you address the negative, is by responding to it with life. The traditional Irish wake, for example, was a really joyous upswelling of vigour and strength and fertility. And this is a way of standing in the space, looking at death, addressing it, and saying, we are here, we are strong, we are alive. So I would hope that on the day when we're wearing our costumes and we're in our masks and we enter the creative space, that we allow ourselves um, the freedom to stand in the face of the difficult time that we have experienced, and to stand up to it in a joyful way, in a life affirming way. And if bringing elements of the grotesque into that, um, as a sort of, as acknowledging it, I think that is an important part of the sort of very rich tapestry that we hope to weave